Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my entrance look. I would do a tutorial on my episode 1 runway that I made, but we all saw how that turned out and I don't think anybody wants a tutorial on that, so we're going to stick to the entrance look. So watch me go from this to this. Alright, so I've already done my brows off camera, and for today's video, I'm mostly gonna focus on the eyes because I pretty much explained a lot about my base and my brows in the last tutorial, so if you missed that, go back and watch my last video. For the eyes, I'm gonna start out with a little flat brush, and I'm going to take a purple eyeshadow. So my entrance look was lavender, so I'm gonna use like purple and lavender tones to go along with it. And I'm gonna do like a half cut crease and then wing it out with like shadow. So I'm gonna take this flat brush and I'm going to start by tracing just the beginning of my crease, and I'm gonna stop like halfway through and then kind of go up a bit, just like that. And then I'm gonna take the same purple eyeshadow and I'm going to start at the end of my eye and wing that upwards. I'm gonna take a little bit more eyeshadow and add it to the outer corner of my eye, and then I'll blend that out afterwards. Now I'm gonna take a little small fluffy blending brush and I'm gonna take a lavender eyeshadow and I'm gonna blend out that purple shadow. I'm trying to be really careful with my blending so that the two colors don't just mix together. I want there to be a bit of a gradient with the lavender going into the darker purple. And now just to add a little bit more dimension, I'm going to take a black eyeshadow and I'm just going to add it to like slightly wing out my eye. I don't want it to go too high up because I want you to be able to see that purple stuff. And then I'll blend that together. Now I'm going to use a white cream and I'm going to cut my crease using a flat concealer brush. I'm gonna cut my crease and I'm also gonna place this cream on my lid and add glitter afterwards. I'm gonna stop about halfway in like the middle of my eye. When I'm looking forward at my mirror, I still want to be able to see that crease. I've made my crease a bit higher because I'm gonna add stones into there after, and you don't want to be like blinking and like having like stones in the middle of your crease, so just do the line a bit higher than your actual crease. Now that I've cut my crease, I'm gonna take a white eyeshadow on a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm going to set that cream. Now that I've set the white cream, I'm gonna go back in with a little more purple eyeshadow and I'm just gonna add that a bit more on my lash line and blend that into my lid. I'm gonna stop there for the eyeshadow for now and then I'm gonna get back to it later. So now I'm just gonna apply my base. I'm not really gonna explain much about this part. There's like a few parts that are different from last time, so I'll talk about those, but let's get into some gossip about the episode. So as you guys saw, there are a lot of Toronto queens on this season. And I'm sure a lot of people are gonna have something to say about that, but in Canada, Toronto is one of the biggest, actually no, Toronto is the biggest city in the country, and it's also the most diverse city in the country. And the cast that we have from Toronto represents that. Like we have myself, who's half Romanian, half Cape Verdean, Jada's from Barbados, Bombay is from India, Halal Bay is from Egypt, and Miss Mos is from Portugal. So we've got people from all over the world. So if you're mad, stay mad. And because of how diverse and big of a city Toronto is, it also gets really competitive here. And because of that, honestly, like Toronto has some of the best drag in the country. And you're gonna see it this season. For our mini challenge, we had to do a streetwear fashion show, which was really cute and we had a lot of fun. And then they gagged me and told me that I had to take my streetwear look and turn it into a couture look. So I started freaking out a little bit because, well, to start with, my streetwear look didn't really have much material to work with to make another outfit out of it. I just had like a bodysuit and these pants, so I couldn't really make like, I don't know, like a gown or something out of it. And I just had this puffer coat, which is like hard to work with. So I'm like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do? And I really started feeling the pressure because I know that everybody like thinks of me as like the look queen, so they expect me to have good looks. And I was like, I can't just like go out there in a bra and panty. So I started working on an outfit and I was being a little ambitious. I had my patterns and I thought I hadn't really practiced making this outfit before I had left, but I was like, you know what, it's fine. I've learned enough sewing, I'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? So I'm working on my outfit. I spent so much time trying to make this outfit and I wasted half my time, I think, and it just was not working. So I had to start over from scratch. I also wasted a lot of my blue fabric working on this outfit that wasn't working. So I didn't have as much material to work with. So I was like, okay, let me just get this done. I only have a little bit of time left. I'm not gonna go on the runway naked, so let's get something made. I knew my outfit wasn't the most glamorous outfit in the world, but I was like, let me work it on the runway, show my personality, have fun, and hopefully that fools the judges into thinking that this is a gorgeous garment. And to my surprise, the judges loved my outfit. Like, so gorgeous, how could they not? And I was safe. Well, I was in the bottom, but I was safe. Walking down the runway was, it was kind of nerve-wracking because like, it was my first time being on the grand big stage of Canada's Drag Race. But the judges were like smiling at us and like clapping and cheering us on, so it just made me feel better. And it gave me a bit more confidence. So. Anyways, yeah, I was very happy to be safe. I knew I was definitely not winning with this outfit, but now looking back, my outfit was actually like not that bad. Like I just shot it recently and I was like, wait, this isn't as bad as I remember. So maybe I should have won. Am I seamstress? I don't know. Our cast this year is also, we've got representation from all over the country, which is amazing. We've got Shelazon from Saskatoon. We've got Irma Gerd, our first East Coast queen from Newfoundland. Our international queen. When I first walked in, I was like, wow, these girls are like really bringing it. Like everyone, well, almost everyone, had pretty good entrance looks. So I was like, okay, the girls are really gonna bring the looks this season. All right, so now I'm highlighting. And one little thing going back to my eye look, I'm going to take my flat brush and some of my highlight shade, and just to carve out that wing and make it nice and crisp and sharp, I'm gonna take my highlight shade and I'm going to carve it out, starting from the outer corner of my eye and just winging it up. So my first impressions of everyone, I mean, I pretty much knew most of the girls there. I hadn't met like a lot of them, but I'd known them through social media. Like Vivian, I knew was gonna bring like amazing looks. I followed her on Instagram for a long time and she never followed me back. You know, Jada, Mosu, Bomb, and Halal I already knew from Toronto. Boom Boom, Giselle I knew through Instagram. I didn't really know much about her and like her Instagram wasn't like the best. So I was like, I don't know what to expect of her. But then when I saw her in person, I was like, oh, she's gonna bring some looks. Irma Gerd, like I was kind of like worried when I heard she's from Newfoundland because I was like, oh no, like what's the drag like out there? I didn't even know they had drag in Newfoundland. But she surprised me too. So I blended out my highlight shade and now I'm gonna highlight a little bit brighter just in certain areas to add a little bit more dimension. I'm gonna use a white foundation and I'm just gonna highlight in the center, like in the inner corners of my eyes. I'm gonna add a bit in the center of my forehead, a bit in the center of my chin, and a bit on my upper lip. Now I'm going to use a cream blush and I'm going to add it onto my cheeks. Just about. And now I'm going to blend that. I'm gonna use a different sponge to blend this out because cream blushes tend to stain your sponges. So I'm gonna concentrate that color just on my cheeks, blend that upwards. Now I'm gonna set my face. I'm going to use a white setting powder wherever I've highlighted, just to keep that dimension there. And I'm gonna use a warmer toned setting powder on the rest of my face. I'm using a fluffy powder brush. I'm just going to brush off any excess powder. Now using a powder foundation, I'm gonna go back and highlight those same areas. Now using a white eyeshadow and just a fluffy little brush, I'm going to highlight those same white areas that I highlighted before. So just the inner corners of my eye, center of my forehead a little bit, upper lip and chin. And then I'm gonna take that big fluffy brush again and just blend that all in together. I'm gonna take my bronzer, bronze my forehead. So being on set, like, our workroom was big and so was the stage, but on TV, like, I feel like it looks like so much bigger than on camera. But like, not to say it was like a small set, like it was huge, but I was just expecting it to be like a football field, but that was not the case. Okay, now I'm going to take a coral blush and I'm going to apply the blush onto my cheeks. Oh, I love brush, look how pretty that is. So I'm gonna bring that all the way up. And now using a lighter, like a pinky kind of blush, I'm going to bring that blush a little bit upwards. I'm gonna go back in and deepen my contour. Now I'm gonna go back to the eyes. I'm going to take a flat brush again and some purple eyeshadow, and I'm going to start off with my under eye area. I'm going to kind of angle it, like the inner corner a bit. Leave a little space because I'm gonna go back in with some white liner after. And I'm just going to fill in my under eye area, make sure to blend that out. Now I'm gonna go in with a white liner. I'm going to extend my inner corner. I'm gonna fill in my waterline. I'm also gonna extend the outer corner. And I'm also gonna take that white liner and I'm going to trace my crease. So now I'm gonna go back and add some stones pretty much everywhere where I trace that white line. It's gonna be like a little guideline for me to where to place my stones. So I'm gonna take my lash glue and I'm going to apply that everywhere where I put the white line. And now using a tweezer, I'm just gonna apply those stones wherever I've applied the lash glue. Okay, so I've applied all the stones and I'm just gonna finish off a few little details on the eyes. First, I'm gonna take a silver eyeshadow and I'm going to use that and just highlight my brow bone. Now I'm gonna add glitter to the eyes and a little bit on the brow bone as well, just for a little oomph. So I'm gonna add a little bit of lash glue just on like a bit on the inner corner. And I'm also going to add a very small line just right underneath my brow. And now taking my glitter, I'm going to apply that where I've applied the glue. And now using a very thin, flat eyeshadow brush, I'm gonna take that glitter and I'm gonna put that where I put the glue on my brow bone. And that just creates a nice little cute brow highlight. Okay, moving on to the lips, I'm gonna do a nice little pink nude shade to complement the lavender and purple on my eyes. So I'm gonna use a darker lipstick to overline and then a lighter lipstick to fill in the lips. Now I'm gonna go over my lipstick with this pretty sparkly lip gloss. Alright, so I've applied my lashes off camera and now I will be back in just a moment with the completed look. Thank you guys for tuning in to my makeup tutorial for my entrance look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you guys thought of the first episode of Canada's Drag Race. Who are your favorites and why is it me? Tune into my YouTube channel every single week. I'll be doing tutorials for all of my runways for this season. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Stay fierce. Mwah.